Hey friends, good morning. Joe Owens here, and take a look at what happened to us last night and yesterday. You know, one of the things that we try to do for you guys whenever we set these videos up here, whether it's our fishing videos or whether it's our archery hunting videos, is we always try to do it in a manner where everything's exactly as it appears. We don't like fake, we don't like phony, we don't like dishonesty or deceit. So we always try to set it up for you guys in a realistic situation to show you what we're actually dealing with. Yesterday was cold all day. It was cold, it was windy, turned into rain last night. As you can see here, snowed pretty good most of the night. Up until about an hour ago, there's 25-30 mile an hour winds. And here in central New Jersey, I am down here on a canal by our house. And I got the itch. I needed to come out this morning, see if I couldn't catch a few bass. And you know, when I checked the temperature in my truck this morning, it wasn't like brutally cold. It's fluctuating about 25 degrees. You know, that doesn't include the wind chill factor. And so we're gonna come on down here a little ways and we're gonna do us a little fishing. And we will set this up for you as we go. After I get down here and get my stuff, well, I'll come back to you guys. And what a beautiful morning, huh? Couple of days here before Christmas. God bless you guys and your families. I hope that all of you have a really nice holiday, and I hope that you're able to spend some time with your loved ones. And I'll go ahead and shut this off for a few minutes. Trying to set this up for you guys so that you can actually see here what I'm doing. I don't know how good that's going to work out there or not, but it's not too bad. As you can see, guys, I'm out here on this canal, gonna do a little bit of fishing today. I'm all bundled up here, have on 3 or 4 layers of my good KUIU hunting gear. And you know, when you come out like this, it's important to realize whether you're hunting or you're fishing, one of the top priorities, you need to make sure that you got good quality gear on. Because if you come out here and it's 25 degrees and you get wet and you get cold, not only are you going to be miserable, but you have a legitimate chance of getting hypothermia. And, you know, to those of you that may not know, hypothermia has killed tens of thousands of people, and most of those people were in good physical condition. But you get out in the elements, you know, your body core temperature drops and you can get in real trouble. So make sure that you're bundled up good. Got on my trusty pack here with a few baits in it. I'm going to show you first off the 2 rods that I brought. I'm going to show you what they're rigged up with, and then I'm going to show you 2 alternative baits that we're going to be using today. So stick with me and we'll get to fishing here in just a minute. First rod that I brought this morning is a medium action bait casting rod. Now on this rod, as you can see here, I have a Lucky Craft Pointer 100 suspending minnow. This is a dynamite bait for cold water. And make no mistake, the water temperature right now has been fluctuating between 48 and 52 degrees. It's cold. You know, if you're a largemouth bass, I mean, it's like ice cube cold. Very lethargic right now. The fish aren't chasing, they aren't moving very much at all, not feeding near as often as they normally do. So you need to come out here, you need to throw baits that you have a lot of confidence in. That TD minnow is an exceptional bait. I've been fishing them literally for 35 years. And in my opinion, it's the best suspending cold water jerk bait made. Second setup of the day, got a spinning rod here. First off, on that bait casting rod, I'm throwing that TD minnow on. That is spooled with 10-pound gamma fluorocarbon. Now, whenever I'm fishing those baits, I always fish them with either 10, 12, or 14-pound gamma fluorocarbon. And that is only determined by the depth I need to fish, by the amount of cover and structure that's in the water, and by the size of the fish. Now, this is a spinning rod that I got here. This is one of our baits here at JoeOwensCustomBaits.com. This is a bait that I make. Some people call these an upside down spinner. People call them a tail spinner. Some people just call them an upside down spin jig. Whatever you want to call it. What it basically is a it's a tail spinner type bait that has whatever kind of plastic trailer you want to put on it. This is just one that I created and one that I designed. You'll notice also that this has got a little round Colorado blade on it. most of the tail spinner type baits that you buy always seem to have willow leaf blades. The reason this has a Colorado blade is simple. It allows you to fish a bait much slower. When you're fishing this bait, you want to fish it like a Texas rig worm. Throw it out there, let it sink to the bottom, pick it up just a little bit, and drop it on a semi-slack line. The slower you do that, the more fish that you're going to catch. If you get this bait over this time of year when the water's cold, if you get it over a foot off the bottom, you're pulling it too much. Just pick it up a little bit, drop it, pick it up a little bit, drop it. And as that bait's falling on a semi-slack line, that's where 95% of the bites are going to come. So let me go ahead and get us here to our fishing area, and I'll turn this back on as soon as we get something hooked up. I don't want to run the battery down. Come on, stick with me. Hey friends, Joe Owens here, back with you out here on the Raritan Canal out here in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Cold, snowy morning. We've been at it about an hour now, and so far, and it's to be expected, haven't had a bite. It's brutally cold, but I just changed baits, and I wanted to show you what I changed to. The first bait that we got here, I changed, it's the same bait that I was throwing this morning, it's just a different color. And this is a Lucky Craft 100 pointer suspending minnow. The sky's starting to clear off a little bit here, as you can see. Sun's trying to come out. And when the sun starts coming out, I like to go to more neutral colors. The other thing is that I did is I took the spinner off and I put on a little drop shot worm. And I want to explain something to you here about the way that you drop shot in the winter versus summer, and it's extremely important, so pay attention to this. Let me show you the setup first off. Okay, this little teardrop shaped 1/8 ounce drop shot weight. Actually, this is 3/16. And then here you got your, this is a 4-inch Morning Dawn hand poured worm. Now, let me start by saying that throughout the course of the year, my favorite worms to drop shot are the Damiki Cuttail worms and also the original 4-inch Curl Tail Power bait finesse worms. Those worms have been around for 40 years, and guys, I'm telling you, they're still one of the best drop shot baits that money can buy. But when the weather and the water get cold, you need to remember something. Those are injection baits, and what I mean by that, while they're more durable and the colors are more consistent on those baits, the problem with them is that they're also, the durability issue that they have, are the reason that they're so durable is because they're an injected poured worm. They're a harder worm. They got a harder core and a harder base to them. When they use the plastic, they don't add as much softener like they do on a finesse worm. So when it comes, when it comes to like a hand poured finesse worm, so cold I can't even think. But this time of year, when the weather's cold, when the water's cold, trust me when I tell you, the worm that I'm about to show you, these rule, and I'm going to explain to you why. These are just, these are some of my personal hand-picked finesse worms that I've made up. These are a 5.5 inch. There you can see that they're just obviously covered in salt, but they're extremely soft. And the reason that you want that soft worm is because the soft worm has more movement. It looks more natural. It has better action to it in cold water. And when it's this cold, even with these really soft hand-poured worms, which aren't that durable, but they work better in cold water. That's why I use them. But when it's this cold, every 20 minutes, I still take the worm off and put on another worm. I want to show you the hook that I use for this presentation. I'm rigging them Texas rigging because I'm pulling it through submerged brush. So here's the hook that I use. It's that little 1/0 Gamakatsu. It's kind of a light wire, medium wire hook, and it's an exceptional hook for what I'm doing today. You notice what I got right there. It's not much use right now because it's so cold, it's frozen. I'm a big believer in scents, but it goes from being a big believer to absolutely vital when it's this cold. It really does make a difference. So with that, I'm going to shut this off and stick with us, and hopefully we'll get a fish on or two here pretty soon. I'll turn this back on. Well, it's certainly cold out here this morning, but you sure can't say that it's not beautiful. Wish one of these darn bass would come and bite our bait, though. It is so cold. It's, especially for largemouth. The last time that I checked this water temperature down here, it was between 48 and 50 degrees. And that was 2.5 weeks ago. So it's probably a little bit colder than that right now. It just, Very, very cold. Trying to fish this jerk bait, my little drop shot worm here, just as slow as I can. Been giving it some really long pauses. But so far, in 2 hours, I haven't had a strike. It's very, very tough to catch largemouth bass like this. Now, I've caught the fire out of smallmouth in weather like this, believe it or not. I mean, moving jerk baits and small spinner baits and, you know, inline spinners and drop shots, you know, pretty fast. But in fact, there's a lake back home that I used to fish on all the time called Apache Lake. And I used to go out there in the most adverse, worst winter conditions that I could possibly find in Arizona. And I used to go out there and take 3/4 ounce Hopkins Shorty spoons, and I'd go out and set over points in 30 to 45 feet of water and just load the boat with big old smallies. I mean, every once in a while you'd get a giant largemouth too. That lake had a wad of largemouth in it between 8 and 10 pounds. And miss that style of fishing sometimes, you know. But I gotta tell you, this is pretty darn special right here too. Hey guys, Joe Owens here with Joe Owens Custom Baits, getting back with you. We're 2.5 hours in, and it's still ice cold. The wind finally slowed down a little bit. I'm hoping we'll catch some fish. You know, I just went to a little bait that we make here at our company, and it's a little finesse jig. Now, I wanted to kind of show you this jig that I'm talking about. This is a beautiful little finesse jig here. It's got a little rocker head on it. It's got a little paddle tail trailer, kind of a thin skirt there, got a little weed guard. But this is an outstanding bait. Catch a lot of fish on this. This is really a dynamite bait for smallies, but I want to show you what this bait looks like in the water. Now, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it too clear because it's so dark, but I will do my best to show the bait swimming here. I don't know how well you can see that or not, but it's just a really, really good bait. And we sell them this brown and chartreuse color, and then we also sell a black and blue color in kind of a shad pattern. But anyway, I thought you might want to check that out. Hopefully one of these bass will want to check this out. You know, for those of you that may not know, guys, you can always check out our YouTube channel as well as our Instagram channel, and primarily on the YouTube channel itself at Joe Owens Custom Baits. That's also the same URL for the Instagram as Joe Owens Custom Baits. But when you go on to our YouTube channel, for example, there's a lot of videos on there, not just about fishing, but about rigging, about archery hunting, and those kind of things. And you know, I hope you'll check it out. And if you like what you see on there, I hope that you'll subscribe, or you can go directly to our online store at joeowenscustombaits.com. We have over 200 baits. They're all made right here in America by yours truly, guaranteed 100% on everything that you buy. And you know, super important right now with you know, inflation being what it is and the cost of everything being so high, we offer free shipping on every order. You know, from California to Florida, we'll ship it right to your door. It won't cost you a penny. And we have a full line of both freshwater and saltwater stuff made right here in the USA. So I'm gonna turn this back off, try to save a little battery. I'm so cold that my tongue is sticking to the roof of my mouth. I mean, my body's not cold, just my face. But anyway, I'm gonna shut this off till we get us a fish going here.